Good morning, everybody, and a happy Saturday morning to you. All right, this is a little bit of a longer video. We have stuff in here from the German documentary to Harry's Polo trailer to maybe Harry is finally waking up a little bit. But there's a lot in here, so let's jump in and get there, shall we? Let's go. For those of you who don't remember, back in May, we were notified that Germany was doing a bombshell documentary, and it was going to, quote, cast a new light on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, promising to unveil previously undisclosed details about their couple. It was a high-profile project for ZDF Network, and it's going to refocus attention on Harry and Meghan. Now, one of the people who's doing this documentary is considered to be a specialist in unraveling concealed facts and making shocking disclosures about the subjects. It's very interesting. It wasn't long, though, after we all heard about, the hidden truths that were going to be exposed, that we heard the documentary was on hold. This is absolutely no different than Tom Bower's book. Everything has to be checked and double checked, and the lawyers have to look at it. But it was very abruptly postponed, and they're saying that it has encountered unexpected difficulties. They're saying that they need additional research time and legal scrutiny. Sounds to me like what happened was Meghan and Harry deployed attorneys to threaten them. That's absolutely no different than what Harry and Meghan did to Valentine Lowe and Tom Bower. If you publish those books, we're going to sue you. But then nothing ever happened after the books were published, because after all, they had dotted their I's and crossed their T's. It's being reported that the focus of this documentary on Meghan Markle's past has caused Meghan a lot of anxiety, because she did a lot of things before she met Harry. She led a very colorful life, and there's speculation about potential revelations concerning Meghan's time in Hollywood, including her previous marriage and her involvement in the entertainment industry's social team. Apparently, there's interviews going on with people from Meghan's past who are willing to share their experiences and insight. Now, the crew for this docuseries has been seen filming in California, and this group, the ZDF, has a reputation for producing revealing content, so this ought to be interesting. So finally, after all the delays, they have been given the go-ahead. They're going to air on December 3rd, and they promise exclusive revelations about Harry and Meghan. It's titled Harry, the Lost Prince. It's going to air on Germany's ZDF network, and I will be watching it, and I will let you know what's in there. You guys should know there was some discussion that really it's a pro-Harry video, but I don't know what to make of it anymore. We'll see. Let's move on. All right, next up, on December the 10th, Harry is going to have a solo event. It is a special virtual holiday party for Scottys Little Soldiers. We know that that's the nonprofit that supports kids whose parents died while serving in the armed forces. Harry apparently is going to hang out with attendees and answer questions about his life submitted ahead of time. Which means Harry doesn't have to think on the fly. He's going to have pre-vetted questions, and obviously Meghan will be writing out his answers. I was a little disgusted by what I read. They said that they're offering young members of Scottys Little Soldiers a glimpse into what the holiday season is like for a real live prince. Really? So basically you're going to show off your mansion to these children? Are you kidding? Oh, they're saying that he's going to jump on the call with as many members as possible to wish them all a Merry Christmas. Ugh. It also says that most participants will remain muted, but 5 children will have the quote-unquote special opportunity to help run the session and interact directly with the royal. All right, moving on to one of the 2 updates. This article clearly uses Catherine and William for clickbait. Otherwise, who the hell would want to click and hear anything Harry had to say? But remember, Harry did the classroom thing with the kids. Well, the children were then told that they would each be receiving tickets for themselves and one family member to attend Invictus Games 2025 opening ceremonies. As we have all predicted, I think they're having trouble selling tickets and they need seats fillers. Voila, children. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the Polo Show. We know that it's being released right about the same time, wouldn't you know it, as Catherine's Christmas Carol special at Westminster Abbey. I mean, we could have predicted that one with our eyes closed. But what really got me is all over X. Every 2 seconds, they have bot accounts showing the Netflix trailer. So I go to this trailer and it was exactly what I thought it was going to be about the Polo Show. It showed people pulling up in extravagant, overpriced cars. It showed people guzzling champagne. Now, keep in mind, this is while people are having trouble right now putting food on the table. And it actually shows a man who flies out twice a week to Argentina and leaves his pregnant wife at home, and some other family members, father versus son. It looked really boring, I gotta be honest. So articles are coming out. Here's the 4 things you might have missed while you're, watching it. Let me tell you what I saw. I saw animals being abused. I saw the heads of these horses being wrenched to the side because, the polo guys are trying to turn them. I just think it's terrible. Hopping from one horse to another. They just think it's terrible. Now, one of the things they're saying that you might have missed is that Harry doesn't feature in it. Although he, and of course Meghan, who has nothing to do with Polo, are the executive producers, they're saying Harry didn't feature in the trailer, but actually he was seen in the trailer. Oh, they want to make sure you also know the second thing was that Meghan is also an executive producer. You might also have missed the date of the release, which is December 10th, so they don't want you to miss it. And also, there's reality drama, lots of TV drama scenes. You're going to love it. Nope, I won't. There is absolutely nothing, no way that I would watch this docuseries. At all. I can't imagine that anybody would want to watch this docuseries to watch uber elite people guzzling champagne and driving sports cars while we're having trouble putting food on the table. Now, I want you guys to know I'm not the only person who feels that way. On X, a lot of people have written hard pass. Anything with the word Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, is immediately not on my screen. And somebody else wrote, I made it through 40 seconds of the trailer and got bored. No thanks. Listen, it's going to be boring. It's a snooze fest. We know it. But they quickly put something out because Netflix wanted something. All right, let's move on. And finally, Harry, it's being reported, has stopped putting Meghan Markle and her ambitions and her feelings above his own. Well, that's a new twist, because remember, Harry has said in the past that he's going to do everything to push Meghan on and make sure she's okay during their joint engagements and make sure that she reaches her dreams. But unfortunately, in doing that, it's totally killed Harry. In my opinion, the biggest mistake Harry made was in allowing Meghan into Invictus, where she started making speeches and she started hanging, medals around people's necks and she started marching in front of Invictus warriors. She had no place there. She had no business there. And it just totally killed Harry's Invictus Games, in my opinion, which is why they've now lost, it's being reported, over 2,800 athletes, and Germany has splintered off into his own. Listen, we've seen Harry when he's by himself. He's like a different person, right? He's smiling, he's happy, he's authentic, he's normal. And we saw it at Invictus, how normal he was until the second Meghan Markle showed up, and then he became a completely different person. Maybe Harry is just sick and tired of being pushed to the side no matter where they are. We all saw what happened in Nigeria. He can put on the fake smile for a while, but you can't hold it forever. We all saw, outside of the fake smiling pictures, what Harry was really like in Colombia. Marginalized, pushed to the side. Everything was about Meghan, hardly any crowds, which I think really bothered him also. We saw what happened at their last, thing where they were talking about the Parents Network. He was leaning as far away from her as he possibly could get. One Young World, he had no business there. It wasn't about him. Remember, this is where she gave the speech about Mimi, and she mentioned herself like 55 times in 7 minutes. It was an absolute joke. And Harry, throughout the entire thing, looked absolutely miserable. How about when they went to Harlem? This had nothing to do with Archwell or Harry. This was all about trying to sell Meghan's book, The Bench. She had a ton of copies. She even inserted herself into his polo. She tried to do the pretty woman thing, copycatting a outfit from Princess Diana. I've shown that to you in another video, with the big glasses and the hat. Why was she doing up there? She has absolutely nothing to do with Harry's polo. And this was the one time, though, I'm glad everything was caught on camera, because she kept trying to push her way in and tell that kid to hold his box up higher. And she kept trying to, organize everything. And then she ended up like this. It's the funniest thing I have ever seen. When Harry did his polo documentary, she made sure to insert herself into that too. She made sure she was right in front of the cameras at all times. I mean, I've been waiting for Harry to wake up since his last event with the royal family. I've been waiting for him to wake up and go, wait a minute. She said she gave everything up for him. But she was in a rental house, she had a rental car, and she'd been written off her show. I think the penny has finally dropped for Harry, that he's the one who gave everything up. His family, his position, his country. I sincerely hope that I'm right. I hope the penny has dropped for Harry. I hope he's returning to himself. I hope he regrew a pair and he's telling her, hands off my stuff. I really want your comments on this. I will be reading them with drool running down my face, so make them good. Don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe button and the bell for all notifications. Then go down into the description box where you'll find the link to our palette cleanser for today. Follow me over. Let's go.